Hey guys, and welcome to Fascination Street. Tonight we have Alan Steinfeld, although we're having trouble connecting with him, so do bear with us. He's trying to connect to us, but seems to be having a little bit of trouble.
Right, we've done something wrong. Hey everyone, this is Fascination Street. I am your co-host, co-host, G- um,
You're not Jimmy.
Mika Pearson,
You're a little
and
Jimmy.
your co-host, Sarah Pearson tonight. I am the host tonight because Jimmy is not feeling very well tonight.
He's not been sleeping very well, so he's absolutely shattered and didn't believe that he would actually make it through the show.
So it's just me and Mum tonight, so you're going to get a lot of comedy tonight. And no, Pat, no ear jokes. So sorry. Not tonight, my man. I need to quickly close the link on my phone.
Okay, so like I say, we're having a little bit of trouble. Like I say, yeah, a little bit of trouble joining with Alan. So hopefully he'll be able to join us. If not, then I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with us.
Oh no, the
Yes.
horror. Oh no, that's bad.
You may well just have to talk to us instead.
Pat, have you cleaned your wrench today? I hope you have. I've cleaned mine.
I saw him polishing his wrench earlier on his phone.
No joke, I actually did. Mum was watching me and everything.
Just in case you asked.
So everyone, we were going to do Alan, but if he can't join, then like Mum said, you're going to be sticking with us. But if you do want to come on the show, then you can come on. Are we right there?
Yeah. Hopefully Alan's going to try again. Otherwise, then we will just have to reschedule. That's something that unfortunately we have no control over. That whether the connection is going to happen or not.
That's right, John. Like and share, please do, everyone.
So what may happen if John is unable to, if Alan is unable to join us, we were thinking that maybe a couple of you might like to come on. Hi, Sue.
Hey, Sue.
A couple of you may like to come on and chat with us about what you've learned over the beginner's guide and what you may have already known, but just wanted a bit of clarification over.
And hi from the UK, everyone.
Yes, we are in the UK, aren't we?
Yes.
You're right.
Do you know, I've been doing research.
You know where we are?
Well, I've been living here for 10 years, my love. I live. So I'm sure I'm able to do it.
Just messaging Alan just to see. So I'm actually doing everything tonight. I am doing the chat room or monitoring the chat room. I'm doing the tech, and I'm also obviously on here with Mika. So
and somehow she's the co-host and I'm the host.
So just bear with me when I do look down. I am actually on the computer.
And so am I, because I'm looking as well. But thank you so much for bearing with us, guys. We so appreciate it. Normally Jimmy does all the tech.
No, I do the tech and he's on camera.
But tonight it's me and Mum. So again, thank you so much for bearing with us. And if you are new to this channel, please go down, leave a like, as John said, share as well with your friends and family. And please, please, please push that red bell. No, not that red bell. That red button. Do you know what that is? That's called a subscribe button. And if there's a bell right next to it, you click that as well so you know when we are up daily. Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Okay, Mark Tarney, yeah, his connection was meant to be remote viewing, but it was actually meant to be through his phone first. And then he was talking about remote viewing, but can't see you. Okay, Alan, let me just message him back. So no, he's not able to get us. So
everyone,
where did he message from?
Mark. Good day, legend.
No, I guess hasn't abandoned us, so tech seems to be failing us.
He's in New York and...
Are you there? Alan, we are here.
We are here, but there
He's
is a
talking
problem.
to me on my phone, isn't he? He would be, wouldn't he?
We're so sorry, guys. Just bear with us. We have got bits and bolts. We have problems.
He's using the link.
On come and go.
I can't do anything.
Right, we have gone off camera. That is fine. So, guys,
Oh no. What have I done? What's happening?
Oh, hello.
Woohoo!
hello.
Hello!
Now we can't get our camera up. Right, I've got an idea.
It's ongoing call.
Yeah. Now we've got a problem.
Alan,
I'm gonna have to keep it like that.
are you there?
Me?
No.
We can't see you, but I can hear you. That's just as good. Don't panic. We can hear you.
Sarah.
Yes.
I can hear you now. Can you?
A little bit.
We can hear you just about. You're
Hi.
a bit. Oh, we got a picture then.
The tiniest bit.
Hi.
Right, Mum.
There you are.
Oh, put your camera. Maybe.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
It's not going well, is it? Try turning your camera off and we'll just go for audio.
Camera
Is off.
was slow.
No, that's not a great connection, Alan.
I know how to get the camera up normally.
No, nobody can hear you, Alan. We're having trouble, darling.
Nothing. Oh, good day, Mark. Thanks for thank you so much for
I
coming
just
back.
thought we shouldn't hang up and think. Hello?
Hello?
Sarah?
Yes?
You know, I had a good connection. Can you hear me?
We did have a good connection earlier.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Are you there, Alan?
Pat. Sue, how can you hear him better?
Okay, Alan, hang up and we'll have to reschedule, darling.
This is bad. We're so sorry, guys. Just bear with us.
Alan's tried coming back into us many times, and each time we haven't been able to hear him or see him. So it's been very difficult to actually bridge a connection with him.
Oh, Mummy, you haven't done it. I think you need to hit that like button. Now that's more like it.
Okay, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. What we're going to do then, we're going to talk about what we will. Okay,
Gone.
Alan's gone now.
Right, maybe we could press. I can try and get the camera up and running.
The camera's working fine.
Yeah,
I'm hoping everyone can still see us.
Yeah, look. Hang on.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. No problemo.
So yeah, like I said,
Okay.
let's get on with this.
The trouble is, Mark, it was so hit and miss. He would try and speak and then it would cut out. And we do like to try and have a continuous conversation rather than a fading in, fading out. Because otherwise, he's just messaged, bless him, I am here. But he can't hear us, he can't see us.
Oh no. Hi, Nan.
Yeah, Nana's
Right.
just joined.
Hang on, let me tell Nana. Okay, Nan. So what's happened basically is we cannot get our guest on because basically what's happened is he's disconnected really and he can't join. So basically we're going to be stuck here. We're going to hope for the best and we're going to praise that it's going to work to God. Okay? All right. So we are going to be now what is it? Say the word for me.
Well, what we might do is we will reschedule with Alan for another date.
So what has happened is, yeah, that's all that's happened. So let's go on to the show where what we have learned. I think what I have learned the most is definitely paranormal. By the day, I'm getting better at the paranormal stuff. It used to really satisfy me when we only just started, and Mum knows this, but when we first started, I studied on Area 51 the most. I didn't study on anything else, did I? It was
Getting a
only
bit more of a wide range of knowledge now, aren't you?
So when I first started, Mum and Dad were listening to Jimmy Church, and I was just like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And they told me all about him, and I said, "One day I'm going to be on that show, and I'm going to be better than all." And then, guess what? Surprise, surprise! Someone goes against Nick Pope. I'm proud of myself. As you can see, I'm very proud. I'm a mighty strong person.
Aren't you just? Okay, so would anybody like to come on and chat with us about...
Not Area 52.
Okay, I'm going to have to get back to Alan. Another point he's asking if we can do tomorrow. So what I might do is see about recording it and then putting it out.
Oh, we're so sorry, Bug.
Oh, he's blocked by Nick Pope. Oh dear.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Same here, Mika. Area 51 is... It is. It really is interesting. Is that Ethan? Yeah, Ethan. It is really interesting, I've got to say. I am bearing with Mum's screen. I'm not bearing with my phone. I'm only there for an extra view.
Okay, so would anybody like to come on and chat with us and talk about what they've learnt or what they've had?
Maybe Nan might
don't think Nan's working,
Oh.
or have or what they've had, oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? So,
Interview, kind of.
well, not an interview, it'll be a chat.
Yes, out of your mind. Thank you so much.
But we haven't encouraged him. If he's asked for things, we've given him the information to look at. We haven't actually pushed anything onto him. You know, we've told him to look out the window, but never told him what to look for.
That's what I do every night.
You have to look out the window and find yourself.
I am on this direct seat and I'm just playing with my friends. And even though our blinds are shut, like completely and utterly shut, I can still see through them. I haven't seen anything yet, but I know one day I will.
Okay, I am going to put in the Hangouts, in the chat, the Hangouts, and whoever would like to come in, please join.
But not all of you, okay?
Not all of you at once. That'd be
I can
great.
see, like...
Okay, it's in there. Hopefully, you will be able to log on to it, and you'll be able to come in.
Let's just deal with one at a time, okay? Hopefully, the next second's going to be all... boom, 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 boom.
We're going to have a whole group chat of people, lots of people.
Hello! Okay, so all you need to put in the chat room is if you want to come on first.
Someone will join. Put it out there just to see if anyone is going to.
We really need to get that off the screen.
It's fine.
One at a time, children.
Soon.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Good,
I am
thank you.
really
How are
good.
you?
I'm doing okay. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon here, and thought I saw you.
Hello.
How are you? Uh-oh.
Turn your phone down. You've got me playing in the background.
Yay!
There, I think I figured out the problem. I had two things opening at once. So how are you guys? Sorry for the echo effect. Echo.
It's the echo of the delay echo.
I saw you were having visual and audio difficulties with Alan. I'm so sorry. I know how that goes, and you're trying to fix it on the fly at the last minute, trying to go, I'm not even sure I know what's wrong, much less how to fix it. So I sympathize.
Yeah, the tech check went absolutely fine. And then when he came to come back in, it just happened that every time he came back in, we had no audio, we had no visual. And he came back in about 6 different times and it didn't work.
It did. You couldn't get it to go. Well, no. I can talk to you a little bit about remote viewing. It's something I used to teach. I'm sure I'm not anywhere near Alan's league as far as the teaching aspects of it, but I can tell you what was taught to me. And the person who the person who gave me the best information, honestly, was Dr. Dale Graff, and Dr. Graff headed up the CIA's remote viewing project in the late 70s and 80s before he retired from it. At one point in time, it was called Project Stargate, but I met Dr. Graff after he retired, and we had marvelous conversations about teaching remote viewing and the easiest ways to do it. All right, so what he described to me was very, very simple. If you think of the pictures that you normally form in your head about something, those don't always come with a word associated with it. It just comes as a picture. Now, you know how to put a word with it, but pictures forming in your head are normally a right brain function. But naming whatever that picture is a left brain function, okay? So naming a noun, like I can see your picture and know it's you, But the minute I try and associate the word Sarah or Mika to that picture, now I've gone from right brain to left brain. I've tried to make it something that my logical brain attempts to categorize. Does that make sense?
Okay.
When you remote view, the easiest way to do it is, instead of shifting into the let me draw something and see what it is, to stay in the mode of drawing it, trying to doodle, because you want it to be a casual kind of doodle. You don't want to do the deep, dark, oh my God, concentration. You want to keep your meditative disposition, if I can put it that way, kind of light and fun, abstract a little bit, almost like you're thinking about or doing something else and doodling at the same time, okay? But when you remote view, you'll find you're more accurate if you focus on doodling light and shadow and common shapes. Don't try and name it. Don't try and control it, because you might doodle, let's say that in your mind you have a scene, but at the very beginning you only see a little snippet or maybe the corner of that scene. As you slowly concentrate on the shapes and the light and the shadow that you see and doodle that, and it's important to do it on just a totally blank piece of paper with nothing on it. Don't have to have lines, don't have to have anything written. But you may find you start drawing one corner and then you find your imagination or your head being drawn to another detail aspect of it that may have nothing to do with the first one. It may simply be a different, interesting part of the scene. So what we encourage people to do is go from things that naturally draw your attention and be okay with doodling something without having to immediately figure out what is this thing I'm doodling. Okay? You just want to go from doodle to doodle to doodle to doodle to doodle to doodle to doodle until you feel like you're done, and then figure out the light and shadow shapes, and if any words are associated with it, if any numbers are associated with it, if any names are associated with whatever it is that you've drawn, if you have an emotional sense about it, like when I sketched this place or this thing, whatever it is, I suddenly got very sad, or it may be very happy. If there is an emotion associated with it, you may pick up on that. You have a couple of choices. You can, if you know you're in an area where there are others and it's not an isolated location where there would be nothing living nearby, you can go to the area that you want to remote view and look through the eyes of another being as if you are seeing through the robin sitting in the nest in the tree next to the thing you want to see is looking at it. What's it look like from the robin's perspective? Or you can pretend I am in a plane looking directly down on it. So let me draw the landscape as if I'm looking straight down on it, rather than a street view where I see it from the street. Don't be afraid to take something that's very abstract, like map GPS coordinates. All you have is a set of numbers in front of you. That's it, period, end of sentence. All you got is a random set of numbers that correspond to a latitude and a longitude. Don't let that freak you out to getting started drawing with light and shadow and shapes. It's no harder to start with numbers than it is to start with any kind of a different address. Whether that address is 123 Main Street in any town, or if that address is, you know, where the old Johnson place used to be 30 years ago on the corner, and it's across from where the ice cream shop used to be. That kind of a vague time description, believe it or not, works just as well as the GPS, works just as well as the actual address. Now, you can use remote viewing almost like you play hide and seek, okay? So, for
Well,
instance, Mika, if you have an object that you want your mom to remote view, you can take that object and show her what it is and say, okay, Mom, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Go take that object somewhere where she doesn't know where you've gone, put the object down, come back, and say, you know what object I just hid? Draw me whatever is around it. Okay?
okay, so it's basically like you're using telepathy to basically find it.
You got it. You got it. So
Boom! First
she
try.
may be able to remote view through your eyes. She may be able to sit inside of whatever the object you chose to go hide was and look out as if that object had eyes to see whatever is in the landscape around. But again, the more you focus on not naming this thing, but the light and shadow and common shapes, circles, squares, rectangles, pyramids, octagons, whatever it is that you seem to want to doodle. And we honestly encourage something that gives you just a black and white contrast, whether it's a black pen and white paper or a dark graphite pencil. There is absolutely no need to worry about being precise in what you're doodling. You're just trying to find a series of methods that work for you with any kind of a degree of accuracy that allow you to get closer and closer to drawing either the object or the things around it or the person or the things around them, if that makes sense.
That's impressive. That's some pretty cool stuff.
So not hard. It takes the fear factor out of it when we give people permission to doodle around it. Because doodling is kind of a no pressure, no brainer sort of thing. And that's exactly that alpha theta mode that you're in telepathy that you need for remote viewing. This
I
is
do that every day.
beautiful. I thought you might.
I
So
do doodling every day.
keep going, because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it helps to just very, very loosely hold the thing that you're trying to remote view in your head on and off over the course of an hour and say, okay, I've got this piece of blank paper and my pencil beside me. I'm going to read my book, but if something comes to me, I'll doodle it for a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to my book. And then if something else comes about what I'm remote viewing, I'll doodle that, and then I'll go back to my book. So people purposefully find a way to take the pressure off of themselves so that it's not a fear factor of, I'm so scared to get it wrong. Because that's the thing that inhibits most people from even starting the process of drawing what they're remote viewing. Is they want to name it. What are you remote viewing? Well, I don't know what it's called. Well, you've already defeated your purpose if you're thinking in that mode. Okay? You're looking for images around it, spiraling to it sometimes. Occasionally, we've seen remote viewers take the person who went to hide the object to be remote viewed and had them sketch their journey in doing that hiding process. Okay. So you can get very detailed at this. You can remote view absolutely anywhere. There is no limit to the distance away from you that you can remote view to. So Mika, if I went and hid something at my house and said, okay, I'll show you what it is I'm going to hide. Now draw me where I hid it, or draw me anything about the area where you would find it now that I've hidden it. You wouldn't have any problem remote viewing from where you are in England to New Mexico than you would if your mom, your grandmother, hid the same object at her house just down the street. Okay? The distance that you remote view makes no difference to the accuracy. None. Zero. The other thing that's really fun is time does not make any difference. It doesn't matter if you're remote viewing into the past, remote viewing into the future, or remote viewing into the now.
Okay.
It's all
So,
coming through the collective consciousness to you anyway. So can you attempt to remote view to see how did they construct those pyramids in Egypt? Okay, you can try and see what you get. The problem lies in validation and verification of things. You don't know if you're right or not, okay, without some kind of a detail that collaborates or corroborates or verifies that what you're doing is correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you first start out remote viewing, my suggestion would be two things. One, work with somebody you know very well. And
Okay.
two, make it a game. Take the pressure off of yourself. Have fun. If you want to do a little friendly competition, you sure can. So for instance, Mika, you could put, let's see, what's an easy thing to do? If you have a printer at home, pick a black and white picture off of the internet that is strong in its light and shadow and shapes. Doesn't matter what it is. Print it off, put it in an envelope. Don't tell your mom what it is. Mom, you do the same thing for Mika. Find a black and white picture from the internet that has contrast in light and shadow and shapes. Print it off, put it in an envelope. Don't tell Mika what it is. And Mika, you draw what's in the envelope that your mom gives you. And Mom, you draw what's in the envelope that Mika gives you. And then you both open your envelopes when you're done and see what of all of the details did you get right, if any. And so what you're looking to do is kind of score yourself and each other with, okay, I see where you tried to draw this part, or that part's right, or look at, you got this on this side of the page correct, or, oh, you missed that. So you can reevaluate your own performance within moments. So print off a picture, put it in an envelope, give yourself 5 minutes of doodling, open your envelopes, compare, then do it again. Then do it again. And so all you're doing is you're training your brain and your body what it feels like to be accurate, just like in telepathy. Same thing, only this is really more about what visual details you can pick up, not as much about conversation like telepathy is. And it's a little bit of that hand-eye coordination of, let me draw what I think I see, okay? So that's the easiest way to do it. Printer paper is blank and white, and it's your friend, and it's inexpensive, and most of us have printer paper in our houses now. And so spend at least one night a week or one night a month having fun with playing with remote viewing and see what you get. You can do the same if you've lost an object, by the way. Okay, so let's say, Mika, you have your favorite guitar pick and you can't find it. Can you remote view to where it is and see what's around it? You know what the guitar pick looks like. So yeah, sure, of course you can. I had a lady come to me. She had acquired $500 and wanted to put it in cash someplace safe and hid it from herself and couldn't remember where she put it.
Oh, no.
So she came to me and asked me, I said, tell me everything you can about the day that you remember hiding it. And did you put it into something? She said, the last thing I can tell you is I put it into a plain white envelope. And that's all I remember. Now I don't remember where I put it. We found it.
Oh,
and you know how we
brilliant.
found it? Because it was tucked under her mattress, between her mattress and the slats that make up the bottom of her bed. I went under her bed remote viewing wise, saw that I was at the bottom of a bed because I recognized what the bottom of the bed looked like and went, check your mattress. And she found it in 5 minutes. Only because I recognized the wooden striped slats underneath the bed that were holding the mattress in place.
Wow, that is amazing.
Oh, also hilarious at the same time.
You can find that remote viewing is really handy. Let's say you're going to drive to the grocery store and you're just not exactly sure where the open parking spot's going to be. Guess what you do before you leave the house?
You remote view to the
You find out where you're going to park before you ever even arrive.
See, I don't have that trouble because I've usually got spaces I can get into. My blue badge helps.
It does help. Otter's got something very similar.
There's usually a parking space for me.
That's a good
Wow,
thing.
really good
That's
remote
a good
viewing.
thing.
Love. See, well,
That's a
she's
great
got it all
example.
day.
That's a great
Do you know what? Every day
example.
she goes shopping, I know she has it because she just goes like this. Boom, space, right there, let's go. And I go, you've got that, intelligent girl. You've got that on your hips.
So, have you ever tried remote viewing at all, Mika? Have you ever given it a shot?
Half and half.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever picked up your mom telepathically?
Yes, I have. I actually have.
Okay. All right. If you can do that, then the next time you come home and you don't see her and you're not quite sure where she's gone, now you know that telepathic rapport connection you have with her. Use that same connection to go, let me see if I can see where she is.
Because the first thing I do, if I'm downstairs just getting ready to go and pick Dad up, she just disappears. And the first place I check is the kitchen. Second place I look is the lounge.
Okay.
Third place is her bedroom.
Okay.
And if she's not in none of those spots, I know she's outside.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, what I would say is if you treat this remote viewing just like you treat telepathy and take the woo-woo factor out of it and just make it a skill like any other skill you have to practice and learn, you will get better. But this one has more fun, quick advantages than a lot of them. And it's a really nice way to surprise your friends and your family.
Yeah, I'd seen a few videos over the last week, and obviously researching things and looking into remote viewing itself. And so many videos had said to go into this meditative state or to do some deep breathing before you go into the remote viewing. I take it that's not something you need to do at all times.
Well, okay. If it makes you feel more comfortable doing that as far as the clarity of what you're getting. But what I honestly find as a teacher is that you can put a lot of pressure on yourself with just the, I don't know if I'm down deep enough. Maybe I'm not in the right meditative thing. Maybe I'm not getting an image. Is it the meditation or the remote viewing that's the issue? And honestly, all you're really looking for is that slower brainwave state, that more relaxed state, that more receptive state, just like they talk about in the Telepathy 101 primer. All you really need to do is just go find a way to chill out a little bit, relax, put your feet up, take the pressure off of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There are only a few things that you would ever remote view that are a life or death situation. Okay? It's not impossible. I had a deputy sheriff call me up one July day at the end of July in Iowa about 10 years ago. There was a 2-year-old who lived in a farm at the edge of the cornfield who had gone missing. And the 2-year-old had wandered into the cornfield, and the corn was already 8.5 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
And so now you have miles and miles and miles of nothing but corn stalks And that's all this toddler can see.
At least he would have good food.
Well, they had to find the toddler before dark.
Yeah.
So what do you do in an instance where everything from the toddler's point of view looks identical?
Mhm.
Nothing but green corn stalks from, the top of your head all the way up. So we ended up having to orient to an aerial view from above, compare the farmhouse to the roads on either side, and approximately estimate how far from the road was this toddler, or had they found their way out of the field at all. So it was, and then all of this as the sun was setting, so it was all dark. So it was one of the trickier life or death, had to do it quick and in a hard, fast, and confusing situation. But there are very, very few instances where you guys would have to remote view where it truly means life or death for somebody.
Yeah.
So take your time and put in the time to practice. But again, take the pressure off of yourself more than anything else, because it's real, real easy to get into trying too hard. And it's much faster and more enjoyable if you kind of just keep a light finger on the pulse of what you're doing, rather than crank it down hard to try and concentrate. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Be easy on yourself. You're just looking for shapes and light and shadow, and all you're doing is doodling. And
Okay.
you'll have a lot better results. So
Sounds
are
like
they wrong? No, they're not wrong. It's just there's a faster, easier way. That's all. So yes, it does work, and it works well. It's just not as fun to do it all that hard. Do it that hard way. That's all. So,
Do the fun things first.
fun
Yeah,
things then boring.
yeah, just make it a game. The more fun you have with it, the faster you're going to learn. That's all.
Great advice.
That's what they should do at school. Fun things first, then boring.
If they did, you
My
would all
school
learn
is
faster.
boring,
Hmm
I'm afraid.
I'm agreeing with you. Mary Poppins had it right. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Well, a spoonful of fun helps learning speed along and sets the learning so that you don't have to relearn it over and over. You get it right more often the first time.
Yeah.
So,
My
yep,
school
yep.
doesn't do fun.
Yep. Well, I'll be really interested to see what Alan has to say and add to this conversation. I sure wish he could kibitz and even join and in on this. I don't want to pretend that I can take his shoes or fill his shoes. And I'm sorry that it didn't work out timing-wise for you guys to do that. We have company coming over again soon, and so I just wanted to flag you that I may have to let you be soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for popping in and helping us out. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to maybe record something with him tomorrow, because he could only do an hour tonight anyway. So maybe if I could record something with him tomorrow and upload it to YouTube and
that'd
see
be
how
fun.
it's going.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very
Thank you
good
so
idea.
much, Mark.
Yeah. You look very lovely, by the way, today. I'm plain Jane today, but you just are styling.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Mika, your makeup is stunning today.
Oh, thank you so much. It took me an hour to do.
Trowed it on today, you did. Trowed it on.
You see how much I have on today. Oh, don't look. Oh. So,
Oh, my mate Mark from Australia
Well,
said
when
nice shirt.
I'm doing the actual show instead of Jimmy,
Yeah.
I do like to try and put it on more so than what I do when I'm sat over there.
well, the last time I saw you, you were Princess Leia. It was May the 4th, and you were looking just fine. Very nice in your white dress with your braids on your sides. So, yep.
Thank you.
Wow.
So some people did want other Leia dresses, and that wasn't going to happen.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Not on camera anyway.
The top of the HUD outfit that she wore, it wasn't going to fit. That's too bad.
No.
Oh,
No,
well.
it wouldn't cover enough.
Oh, it covered things? Oh, I missed that part.
No, you were watching the wrong film, Sue.
Oh,
okay.
So what kind of other fun things have you got on your schedule or questions you've got about remote viewing or things that you've had happen this week or?
Well, we've got some great guests coming up, honestly. We've got Michelle Embry, she's in our chat at the moment, or she was. Whether she's
Hi,
still in there
Michelle.
or I don't know.
She just
So we'll be doing Beginner's Guide to Tarot. That's next week.
good.
We have Dr. Arena Scott coming on the next week, and she's going to be talking about her new book. It was the only time we could get her in, and that's Corridors, which is secrets behind the real projects, the Blue Book, the Wright Patterson, Roswell, UFO cover-ups.
Good.
So that is going to be a great conversation. Yeah, hi, Michelle. Yeah, we see you in there, darling.
I see you
Following
later.
week, we have Calvin Parker, who was the Pascagoula abductee.
Yes, right.
So we have him coming in on 15th, and up until then, that's what we've got booked so far. We've got so many in the pipeline.
Excellent.
So we're trying to pin people down.
Great. Good. You're doing great. Keep going. I like the variety of topics you've got.
Well, it's a beginner's guide, and there's so much to this community. It's not just one topic or the other. So we wanted to do so many different ones and also help the younger generation and the new people coming into this community.
Hi there, I'm Mika Pearson, by the way.
Yeah. And it's helping him along because all he knew about was Area 51.
No.
That's all he wanted to know about was Area 51.
Where did you get that information from?
You told me earlier.
No, it was Area 51, a couple of aliens.
Oh, and a couple of aliens, sorry. So, but yeah, now he's got such a wide range of information, to start off information, that he can branch out to different places that he wants to go.
And I did get some of the information from People of Earth. Good TV show.
Good.
It was a 1 in a million one.
The more firsthand information you can get, the better. And from the direct people, that's the very, very best way. Because then you're not dealing with gossip. You're dealing with somebody's firsthand experience. And
absolutely.
You're right, John.
Yeah, you've got a good format for learning all kinds of things, Mika. And good on you for learning it this early. That's amazing. You know more at age 10 than any other 10-year-old I know of who has studied paranormal stuff. You've got a nice range, and keep going. Keep going. We'll get you there.
Yep, he's got a world of knowledge in there.
Carry me in your hands.
He's a bully.
So, well, my dears, it's almost 2:00 here, New Mexico time, and I have company coming, and I probably should go in and see if Otter is ready for our company and things. We have a competition on Saturday afternoons, every Saturday that we can do it, of killer telepathic dominoes, and so usually when we're on your show, immediately after we're done, our company arrives and we spend the next 5 hours playing games together. But I need to go get ready for that, and I'll let somebody else come into the chat and kibitz with you for a while for the next part of your show if you still have some left, and we'll catch up with you later. At some point in time, we want to talk to you about the Infinite Voice Project, but whenever you get through all of your beginning 101 series of paranormal, unusual things with all your great people that you're interviewing, then we've got time to help you fill in the blank then. But glad I could come on and help you out for just a little while today, and good luck with stuff, and don't be a stranger.
Absolutely not. Thank you so much, darling.
All right. We'll see you guys both later and talk at you both later. Tell your dad hello for me, Mika, and
Okay.
give him a snog for me, and tell him that we're sorry that I didn't see him today. And Otter says hello. So we'll talk
Will
at
do.
you later.
Take
All
care.
right, bye, guys.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Just hang on
Wow.
a sec. I could try and get the camera.
Don't fiddle about with it.
No, I can
Leave
do
it. Leave it. Listen to Mummy. Mummy says no.
Bad girl. Okay, so
Well, thank you so much to Sue for popping in and seeing us. That was amazing. Truly amazing. And we got a little bit of information for finding out just a little bit about remote viewing. So we
Wow.
got a little bit of a
oh my goodness.
take
William's
on what
stalk has been timed out.
leave it.
Oh dear me.
Leave it. You don't need to read everything. You don't need to. Okay. Oh, we got trolls. Lovely.
Oh,
Thank you for the
yay.
mods for dealing with all the trolls as I'm not there to look in. So thank you so much.
One of them counts as me.
Well, no, you're not. You don't have the powers to kick out because we don't give you those powers.
Still, that still counts as me anyway.
Okay. So thank you, mods, for helping out and keeping a lookout.
Whoa.
Okay then. Is there anyone else that would like to come into the chat and from the chat and have a chat with us? If so, I will repost the link into the chat room.
One at a
Now,
time, children.
if there was anyone else that would like to join us, please feel free to pop in. Thanks, Dex. Whoever's been a bit of a pain, that'd be great. If they've already been given a chance, kick them out. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Willie Stroker, really? As if that's not a troll. Just by the name.
Go Dex. Go Dex. Go Dex. Go Dex. Go Dex.
Brilliant.
You got this in the bag, Dex.
Our mods are amazing.
We did.
Yeah, they
Okay.
know exactly what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know how to do it.
Just thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. It seems we have no person to want to chat. It's only pretty much me tonight. Well, you know, I'm just putting it out there. That's all right.
Terrible child.
Okay, so does anyone want to come on?
The,
Oh, yes, Mike. Go, Dex. Go, Dex. Go, Dex. Go, Team Dex.
If anyone wants to let us know what they've learned
Go
over
live, Dex.
the last beginner's guides, is there anything you want to add? Is there anyone you would like to see that maybe we could try and get hold of, or any subject that you would like to know more about? No Dex adventure stories today. Okay. No problem, Dex. We understand. So is there anyone that would like to just tell us in the chat then?
Yes.
You can tell me, you're sat here right next to me.
Yeah, I needed that so they can't.
What has Mika learned? There we go.
What have I learned?
What have you learned?
Right.
Okay, so do you want me to go through who we've had?
No, I'm alright.
You okay?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so
Hey!
what a pleasant surprise!
Hello,
Hello.
how you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
How are you?
I had to download it, so it took a while.
Oh, bless you.
Oh no. The horror. Download
This is a
tomorrow.
beautiful surprise. Thank you so much for just taking the time to come out and say hello. We know you don't usually come up on camera often.
I've never been on camera before.
No, you haven't. So we're taking your cherry.
Yep. And Jimmy's not here to see it.
I
Poor guy.
know he'll see it tomorrow and he'll be so green with envy. I love you.
He
Thank
doesn't
you.
feel
Love you
very
too.
well.
Well, hope he
Okay.
feels better.
Yeah, he's just so tired, and he wouldn't have even managed through the show, let alone just trying to do one or the other. And I haven't taught him the tech yet, so he can't do the tech. So he only knows one end, and that's how to talk.
He's good at that, though.
That he is. I agree.
Now we just have to get him in the Princess Leia costume.
Yes.
You
The
want that, don't you?
bikini costume.
Yeah. You want the letter costume as well, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Of course
all
you
right. I'll be there.
Okay, so John, what would you like to chat about? Would you like to chat about what we've gone through already with the beginner's guide?
We can.
How do you think the beginner's guide has gone?
I like it. I've been studying the occult and the esoteric for over 20 years. Since I bought Graham Hancock's Fingerprints of the Gods in '95. And I've been listening to Coast since 2000. And I think I know a little bit about most of the subjects, and I'm still learning things. I thought it was great.
Yeah, you still learned through what we've done? Is that what you
Yep.
mean?
Yes, from the listening to the people you bring on, and then asking questions and getting the answers. I just thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like I learned stuff.
Oh, that's fabulous. I'm glad that we've actually done what we set out to do, not only for the newcomers, the youngsters, but the people that are already in the community and know so much. But also, we never know it all.
No, there's always more to learn or unlearn and
Absolutely.
relearn.
And there's things that you just don't, you think you know, but that you just need validation for it.
Yeah, well, I think validation is an important part, especially when you're dealing with stuff esoteric, where maybe I think I know something, or like I don't need UFO disclosure. To me, it's already happened. Just no one's accepting it. But I want disclosure about ancient civilizations, Atlantis, our beginnings, what's really going on with Bigfoot or the Dogman or the missing 411. That's the stuff I want to know. I've seen UFOs. We've had presidents talk about UFOs. Ronald Reagan had a thing. He said there's 300 people in a space station in 1985. That's disclosure right there. No one wants the mainstream media doesn't want to go into it, but it's still there. It's still disclosure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because I had validation like with the paranormal that we had with Kat, that using salt actually does prevent a spirit from going through, just salt alone. So putting it on your windowsills, doing a ring of salt around something that you don't want that spirit to get to is validation, because I've seen it all on movies, on different series of different things, but
Did you
actually
watch it on,
having validation of that was it's like, wow, okay, so
Mum, this isn't Ghostbusters, I'm afraid.
no, it's not, but I mean,
Let's do the noise.
never
Oh,
work
we
with
gotta
kids or animals.
We gotta
My
go.
daughter's a huge supernatural fan, and anytime she sneezes, I just yell, "Get the salt!"
Yeah.
Because it's the demon. I knew about salt for a long time. Studying witchcraft and the occult. I learned about salt back in my teens. And I always wondered why, when you watch the ghost busting shows, whichever one it is, how come they never keep salt water on them and spray it if they feel a demon? Spray the salt water up. He'll go away. I mean, it seems obvious to me, but that's what the shows are about. They're about entertainment, not actually solving problems.
That's it. The salt water or the holy water or holy oil, any of those
Oh, that
objects.
interesting fact where it said sometimes you would have to get a priest in your house. Oh, and some of
To
them
do
were,
exorcisms.
and some of them were even really scared of going in the house. Like, oh, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Right. Calm it down. Good boy. No more Coca-Cola for that child.
You shouldn't be afraid of ghosts. Ghosts can't hurt you unless you let them.
That's it. Unless they're a vengeful spirit.
You open yourself up to it. If you put yourself in that position without taking the proper precautions of a blessing or maybe an object that's sacred to you, some kind of talisman, you're opening yourself up to it.
Absolutely.
So I'm careful. I don't go ghost hunting. I don't need to. I've seen ghosts. I've lived in haunted houses. I've seen shadow people, which it's funny. You get off a certain drug, you stop seeing shadow people though. So was it a shadow person or was it the drug that I was on? I don't know. Does it matter? It was still a real situation to me.
Yeah. Okay, so is there any other areas that maybe we could do 101 on that you would actually like to hear about? That there's, like you say, there's areas that you're not too sure about, or you would actually like more learning on.
I like more of the English cryptids because only cryptid I know in England or in the is the cats or the big cats I hear about. I like to. I hear there's Bigfoot in Scotland up in the Highlands. I don't know about that. I like to know more about that. And then because of all the fairy lore.
But it's not until mid-August.
Yeah, I know we had to reschedule. That's one I'm really looking forward to. Other than that, I know I said it last week. I had a bunch, and I can't think now. Ancient civilizations is something I'm really into. I love Atlantis. I love discussing Atlantis because I think there's so many different cultures. If you look back at all the Mayans that were in the 5th or the beginning of the 6th age. So there was 5 other ages. Well, where did they start? Was Atlantis the last one? Was it the second to last? Where was Lemuria and Mur in that? I like Normal about Thule. I keep hearing Thule was an age or a city or a civilization. I'm not sure. There's more like that. I would love to hear more of someone getting into the Lovecraft stuff and all his monsters, or elder gods, whatever they are. Other than that, there's just and then just more about the English UFOs, European UFOs. I don't know a lot about that. Being an American, they don't tell you about. All you hear is the American stuff, some of the Canadian, some of the Mexican. There's other stuff going on in the world. I'd love to hear some more stuff about China. There's pyramids in China, lots of civilizations in China. I'd hear more about that.
Has that been on the news?
Yes, we must see about
I don't.
We're losing signal with you, John.
Oh.
Get closer to the window.
Yeah, it's all cloudy outside today.
It's nighttime here.
But it's the Pacific Northwest. It's supposed to be.
It's 9:15 here.
You see my little guy? This is my little buddy Xerxes.
Oh.
He's the one that's next to me. There we go.
Oh, bless.
So Tuki.
Yeah.
Tuki.
Yeah. This is Xerxes. He's one of the 5. He was sleeping next to me. He's in the cone of shame because he was chewing on his butt.
Yeah.
So we had to stop him.
Yeah, we've tried putting that on Dougie, but he absolutely freaks with it. He cries and cries, and then he goes into almost like a coughing fit, and it's just heartbreaking.
When it actually first happened to me, I was in bits. I was actually trying to rip it off him. No joke, I was actually trying to rip it off.
Yeah,
but
he's never been, because he was so feral before we had him. He's never had any kind of care or anything. So where he chooses back now, we just try and prevent it as much as we can rather than putting collars on him or anything like that.
Yeah, we've had enough.
It just freaks him out completely.
I explained to Xerxes why he was going into the cone of shame. I sat there and I talked to him, and I talked slowly. And actually, he can't eat with it on, so we pull it off and we feed him. And he comes back to have it put back on because he knows it's helping him. So
Oh,
he's got his hair starting to grow back. It's only probably going to be for another week. But, just, hey, you're losing hair. You're chewing yourself up. I'm not dealing with it. And he's just like, okay. Right.
it's so sweet that he comes back for it to be put back on.
Yeah, he did. I thought it was funny. I grabbed, come on, let's go back on. He's like, right in my lap. I put it on. And he's like, okay. I tell him what a handsome man he is in it. He's so handsome. Yeah. Get my kisses.
Oh, yes. Love doggy kisses. Coming up?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Come on. This is the worst pose for me to pick you up, Dougie. Okay, take my seat. It's totally fine. I'll totally stand up. It's fine. That's it. You get comfortable.
Dear me, we've certainly got some trolls today, haven't we?
I just saw that. I looked over and I was like, wow. Maybe I should get back on the chat and help Dex and Mark out.
Yeah, they've certainly got their work cut out for them today, I'm afraid.
Well, like last week, we only had one, but it looks like we have a couple today.
Yeah, either that or it's the same one, just changing his name. I mean,
that's true. It's the Dark Alliance. That's what it is. They're attacking us.
They didn't want to hit. They didn't want us talking about remote viewing today or any of the other stuff we were talking about. So they thought we'd try and.
No, they just want to read everybody's fun.
Troll sprayed.
Yeah.
Nice one.
I do have to sit like this because Doug's in the middle of us.
Dougie's here.
So.
Hey, Dougie.
He's only 2.
He's a good boy.
2 times
You
7.
my boy. You my good
2
boy.
times 7 is basically 14. So he's 14 years old in dog age.
No, you're not the Dark Alliance, Mark. Deary me.
Boy.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us, John. It's such a pleasure to be.
Here's Thor. This is my
first ever show,
Like,
and it's
I know.
ours.
This is my Thor. Had him since day one. He is. He's a little bug.
Can't see that.
If him and his mama's running around here somewhere. You say hi. You can second. Yep, that's good. He's coming. Hope he didn't jump off. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll get back on the chat.
Okay, my darling.
Okay.
Lots of love to you.
Still,
thank you
so
so
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hopefully, see you again.
Oh, there we go.
That's it. Just press the red button. You're okay.
Oh.
John,
There
you
it
need
is.
to press the red button. That's it. Well done. There we go. Wow, we've just broke John's cherry. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? I am so pleased that he chose to come on here.
I'm squished.
So, would anyone else like to come and say hello? This has been such.
Doug, please,
Such-
please.
Oh,
please.
Dougie's going now.
Yes.
You get your chair back.
You thought, Dougie, you thought. You thought you could just slip down there for a second. Oh, no. Of course, I'm going to get back
And
up
it didn't
here.
hurt much, did it, John? I was very gentle with you.
What?
Next time, you can always tell me to be more nasty.
Okay.
Okay, that's maybe for another show, not with a child about.
Dun, 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 dun. What?
Never mind.
Dun, 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 dun,
Would
dun.
anyone else like to join us?
Unless if there's nothing.
Okay, let's repost.
Oh, don't repost it again.
Repost it and see what happens. Never know who's going to take it up. You're already on here.
Oh well.
No.
Oh.
Leave that button alone. Put it down.
Put the weapon down, Mika Pearson.
Walk away from the phone.
You will walk away from the phone. Okay. So basically.
Do you know people getting sleep paralysis, Ethan?
What? Sleep. Paralysis. Paralysis. What is that word?
Don't encourage him, Pat.
Touch it, Mika. You know you want to, okay? Okay, Pat. If I get one more comment like it, I'll do it.
Don't.
Just for the views.
You'll only end up echoing because we'll have 3 devices going at the same time and it will knock
Yay.
everything off.
Douche. And that's the end of the show.
It would be because it would knock everything off completely. Being in so close proximity as well.
Touch it, Mika.
You have such bad influences and you're meant to be our mods.
Okay. I did say one more, I'm afraid, Mum. Hello. I did say one more. Here we go. I'm going to do it. Actually, I'm going to do it. Ready?
When was the first time Sarah seen a ghost?
2311.
Well, no, that's not when you were born. No, I did actually think I saw my dad in the birth room.
What?
My dad was in the birth room, but he was actually outside waiting to, yeah, now you've been told by Nana. Nana's told you. So you listen to Nana.
Nana.
I do believe
should-
that just after my grandfather had passed, I woke up one night and saw him at the end of my crib. I believe it was, but it was more like a cot because I was only about 18 months, 2 years old.
What?
And Mum came in and I was pointing to the corner and saying Gan Gan, which was the only way I could say granddad at the time.
Gang gang.
So I believe that that was the first time that I'd actually seen a ghost.
Hi, gang gang.
I don't recall seeing any consciously since then.
I'm afraid so, Mark.
Yes, Nana does know best.
Youch.
And unfortunately, she has more control over him than I do.
Better than Mum and Dad. True that. True that.
That's true.
Nan spoils their kids. And I'm proud of it. Thank you so much, Nan. You saved the moderator's life from this whole thing crashing. Good job. He's moved.
But yeah, I think that's the only time I have consciously seen a ghost. So
I've heard ghosts.
definitely heard things.
I can tell you one of them.
What's that?
So, as we were in bed one night, this is true, I actually heard something from the kitchen. You know, just like, sounded like whispering.
From the kitchen that's 2 floors down.
Because I was the kitchen here, no joke. I didn't want to check it out because I like this. My face was like, and then I just fell asleep. It's like,
Lights out.
hey mum, lights out.
No, it doesn't work like that.
And
Yeah, it seems that Nana is still in the chat room, so Nana still has authority over the child.
oh yeah, Nan.
And that's so true, Michelle. Laughter is the answer for so many things. Laughter can heal almost anything if you
You don't laugh.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Giving me.
See, she's not laughing right now, folks. She's only going. That's not a laugh. That's you sighing.
Wow, that's amazing, John. I lived in a house where I could hear my name being called. After a while of this, I'd answer. What? But nothing happened to my room. It happened to my roommate too. Wow, that's
Hide
quite
me.
freaky.
Hide me, mummy.
That's quite freaky, isn't
I
it?
know.
Quite freaky.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, there's been
my.
a couple of times up in the castle as well, innit? I can't. Mum, can you move your hand?
Oh.
Skedaddles.
I don't know if I could think about things actually talking to me and not knowing or not having an answer.
I've also had something up at the castle as well. Let's tell them about Most Haunted. That episode.
No. You don't talk about other shows.
All right, we'll talk about my experience.
You can get stricken off.
All right.
Talk about other shows.
Right. So we're up in the castle in the medieval tunnels. Now, medievals. Yes. We are not allowed any phones or cameras, eating, drinking in the wartime tunnels.
Okay.
And because they are either proper or just there to replace. And Dad told me when we were in the normal wartime tunnels, there was actually a projector ghost, this was true, walking across the hallway.
Wow.
And do you know what? That bit I didn't even sense a presence. And here is a fact here about the tunnels. They are 3.6 miles of tunnels. If you get lost in them, you will probably be found in a week.
Wow.
You will not be found in a day. You will not be found in 2 days. You won't be found in 3 days, 4, 5, 6, or 7. It'd be the next day you would be found.
That is really amazing. I never knew there was 3.6 miles of tunnels down there.
Or a bit more. So also, that is longer than 127 hours. That is longer. He was stuck down there for 5 days. And you'd be stuck there for 8 days-ish.
That's amazing.
But all the time I've been down in the dressing tunnels, because it's called the dressing room.
Okay.
There is an operation theatre. And guess what? Yes, you know it. It was a mosquito pilot. Mostly the whole thing was built out of wood. It got shot down into the ocean, and he has a really bad wound to his leg. We have to continue on to his story or what happened. He had to go through bathrooms. He had to go through kitchens. He had to go through, how can you say them? Beds.
Yeah.
How do you say them in the war times?
Cots.
Yeah. And do you know what they had over them?
What?
Itchy
Oh,
blankets.
itchy blankets.
He had to go through Did I mention kitchens?
Yeah.
He had to go through all of that, and then guess what? Operation theatre. And then he had to have metal literally pulled out of him, and by that, yes, you guessed it, there was air raids. And as the air raids were, the lights were going out. And as they were operating, boom, all lights go out, and they only have the main one instead of the over one. But then the guy says, you can take a lift. And I said, well, and I was just thinking, like, there is no lifts. There are no lifts. In the war times, there was only stairs. But that was for all the people that can't make it up the stairs.
Not pleasant.
But everyone, the one thing that everyone is waiting for, yes, Operation Dynamo. Mummy, do you know what Operation Dynamo is? I hope. Okay, let's just pretend you don't. Okay.
Sorry, I don't.
Right. So basically, it is Operation Dynamo because Winston Churchill sent out, I think, how many boats was it? If you can quickly research that.
Go on, you do it.
Just bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. How many boats was there on Operation Dynamo to save all the soldiers? On Google corrections, there was 700 little boats and around 220 warships.
Oh, there we go.
In 9 days, 192,226 British and 139,000 French soldiers, more than 331,000 total were rescued by 700 little ships and around 220 warships. Now, that is a lot of boats. Like, that is so many.
It is, isn't it?
But they've got how many they actually saved wrong, I think. I remember we learnt that it was actually 360,000 that was saved.
Amazing stats that you've got there.
And also to watch that, I have watched Dunkirk. It was brilliant. I'm not doing any spoilers, but they were attacked, and it's not nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Going back. So we don't have anyone else that wishes to come on. So I think thanks, Pat. Thank you. Even with the makeup running.
Someone sports, Mum.
Is this something you said there? Sure.
Yes, I am very sure.
Okay.
No thanks, Pat.
Okay.
Put it out there. Don't support her.
Okay.
There must be something wrong with my cough.
There must be. That's a bad cough you've
No.
got there.
Nothing wrong. Dear me, I have got to do something about that. No, you don't.
Okay. As I was saying, I think seeing as we've used all resources, we've got everyone we can on to talk with us. No cookbook for Pat. Don't do that to him.
That's right.
Because he's been begging for one of them since
Actually,
the moment
yes.
that the idea had been put out there.
That is true.
Okay, so I think we're going to call this a night. And we're going to come back next week with our guest, which is Michelle. I'm sure
But
I've got that right.
we are
haven't I?
very sorry that we haven't had a guest.
Yeah,
But I'm
unfortunately,
hoping
tech just bullies. Don't do bullying.
Pat, I think you've got something wrong, my man.
Yes, it's Michelle with tarot reading.
And by the
so
way,
looking forward to that because we've got tarot cards. We've got about 4 packs in the house, and although
Pat,
we've looked into
so sorry.
reading them ourselves to learn actually from the start what tarot is, how it works, is going to be absolutely amazing. So really looking forward to that. So yeah, we will reschedule for Alan to come on at a later date and see what we can do, even if I have to do a recording tomorrow maybe, and then put it out on YouTube, just so that we've got the 101 of remote viewing. So either I'll get that done tomorrow, or if we can get him on to a later live show, we will see what we can do, but I will keep you posted on that. So
Cleaned my blue belt and French again.
sorry to net, but yeah, it's not been a fab show. We haven't been able to do what we wanted to do, but it's been fab in other ways that we managed to get Jon Ledford on the show. I'm so proud of that, and Jim is going to be so jealous when he wakes up and sees this. So, Jon, you have made my day because you came on when I was co-hosting.
I was the host today, so. See, I'm the best host. Do you know what? How about this? When Jimmy comes back on, we'll ask him, hey, maybe we could switch places.
That means I'm going to try and have to teach your dad how to do
No. He can be the co-host. I'll be the host. So instead of, hey, I'm Mika. No. Hey everyone, welcome back to Fascination Street. I am your co-host Mika Pearson and your host Jimmy Pearson.
Why don't you
Instead,
just both be hosts.
Listen. Settle down, child. So, instead of that, we could put, hey everybody, I'm your host, Mika Pearson, and your co-host, Jimmy Pearson. I'm not happy about this.
You can both be hosts. I'll
No.
let you.
No, it's the most important person.
It's not. It's a family show, therefore each individual.
I want to be a host.
Well,
I know I rock, Pat.
do you know what? I think he is actually building his resume for Coast to Coast or something even bigger than that, to be honest.
What? What?
You building your resume. Okay. I think we are going to wrap it up for tonight and
Because
come back with Michelle next week.
It is almost 9:45.
Yes. Well
Instead, it is 37 to 10. 38, sorry.
Still learning to tell the time, aren't we?
No. I can read.
Yeah,
I've got a training clock.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for all of you joining us. And sorry we couldn't get Alan on, but you have made up for that by being there for us. Jon and Sue, you are amazing.
You are so kind, you guys. Thank you so much.
And yes, the chat, and obviously Rev is actually in bed. He's not had a great few nights, so he's so tired, past tiredness, that he wouldn't have been able to make half the show, let alone the whole show. So we gave him the night off. Oh, that's not good. I've just spilt my drink everywhere, which is not good, seeing as there's electrics up there.
Okay. So, guys, we're gonna have to like really quickly wrap up. Hang on, no, you do the wrap up tonight. You do the wrap up tonight, and I'll do all of this.
I was actually going for that.
Oh, the shout out.
Okay, so we usually do lots of the different shout outs, but it does sound like a spill, and it is a spill. It's not alcohol abuse, it's Pepsi, but yeah,
Pepsi abuse.
Mika's now on clean up duties, which doesn't happen. So I'm going to say,
hear something?
chat room, you've been amazing. Mods, you have been fabulous. Keeping those.
And there's all my Infinity.
I'll put them on the radiator, they'll be fine. All the mods for helping out with all the different people that have been coming in and just being a real pain in the backside. Thank you so much for dealing with them, seeing as I haven't been able to be there today to do that. So I just want to wish you all love, and we will see you all next week. Love you all lots. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Now I've got to turn it off. See, I'm doing all of it. No, I shouldn't mention the trolls as well, but I'm actually mentioning the mods that dealt with the idiots. So I'm dealing with the right people. And he's moving the camera already. Okay.
As you can clearly see, I am not happy.
Okay, we're out of here now. Bye all.
I am the